Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. It's the first Impact concert of the year, but it's also the
Hmm.
first Earth Month Day, and we had some plans to try to sync up. Maybe not all the months, but just with that initiative. So that will be cool. Hey Trislit, how you doing? Happy Monday. We
Yeah,
already
I
got Felons. He had to left, just for you to know.
but we
And this
did
is
see
just
the
his corner
train.
classic.
We
Yeah.
did see the train, and heard. So we got to say goodbye to the train. Uh, yeah, I mentioned to Jimmy on Tree Gen Spaces the other day that we would love to do like quarterly Impact Tree Gen concerts or something like that. He was super down with it. They already even were starting to plan a kind of concert thing for the Earth Day, April 22nd.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was super stoked and would like to do more sort of the monthly Earth Day concerts at some point throughout the year. Llama, great to see you. We were just talking. You missed Felons, who played a tune, and we got to see and hear and say goodbye to the train. The his movers were there, and so he had to jump off and go with the movers to his new place, which is why there's no more train anymore. But we were just talking about the Tree Gen Impact concert coming up on Thursday. It's going to be a blast. There's going to be, I'm sure there's going to be multiple ways to earn TGN too. Like Jimmy does emoji dance offs. He does like there's a few little ways like they're giving away .tgn handles, which is not only like an ENS, it also is an NFT, which will have access that you can basically build out an AI agent from that .tgn NFT. So he usually gives like one or two of those out. He'll probably give a few of those out during the Impact concert to people that max engage, which is bookmark, comment, like, recast, and then all those people get like put on a wheel, and a couple people win .tgns or tree gen token, which can be staked at like 42% API, which is pretty sweet. And the tree gen token has like outperformed Bitcoin and Ethereum over the last like 4 to 6 months. It's done really well because it has like utility, and I think a really great project, and interesting token. So yeah, there's going to be
Yeah.
all that going down on Thursday.
Oh yeah, Yama is saying that maybe not the best time for him. Actually, we tried it that time, so it was the best time for you and for everybody, like in different time zones. But looks
Yeah,
like
we were
actually got some issues with some time zones and some friends.
Yeah, because if we went later, it would be okay for like Europeans, but it would be super, super late for anyone in like Asian countries. And it's so hard to get one time that works for, there's not one time that works for everybody. But we will, I'm sure, go for a few hours. So if you happen to be up or wake up or something, then hop in. We'd love to see you there. Oh, now it's midday. Okay, so yeah, that would be middle of the night, pretty much. Yeah, yeah. A couple hours from now would be uh your like early evening.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's hard. Time zones. I wish there was a way to like have everybody on the same time zone, but we do live on a globe, so
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it's
Also,
day for some and night for others.
I know from the side of ASUS, we are going to do an announcement during the Impact concert about it's like a soft announcement of something that is coming next week,
Oh,
and also we have DeFi Roots. After that, same time as the whip. Oh my God, we are overlapped right now in the universe. Too much timelines happening at the same time, and um, we are going to have unicorn.eth from ETH Denver. So we are gonna be able to listen what is cooking for ETH Denver in a less than a month from now.
awesome.
Yeah.
Uh, I
So we have
I
very packed
totally
day.
I got so busy I totally forgot to do my video. Do you know if that little contest is still open?
Yeah, it's still open.
Great.
It's still open because we still don't have too much participants. So hey, this is for
I'm gonna make
everybody.
mine.
Jama, let me know if I can amplify this with you and your friends too. But there's a giveaway by the ASUS people. Basically, you do a video sharing the different actions you can do through the web page, the more creative, the better. And you can be the winner of a VIP ticket to East Denver that is worth $2,500 to access VIP areas, to access areas with freebies and desserts and stuff. And yeah, so that's the current contest, and it's going to be active till the end of this month, easy. So you have
Great.
till
Well, I'm
friday
gonna do
friday
one
30.
soon.
You have
Um,
two weeks.
Also, another just I think it may be like the last day today. I know I did mine over the last couple days and I had a big problem, but worked it out. Octant has its, I think it's Epic 10 that's ending like any minute now or tomorrow possibly. I think today might be the last day. To allocate, if you have any locked, what is it? It's I forget what it is. Locked.
GLM.
Yeah, locked GLM. Then you have basically the power to, multiply that by a lot. I had like whatever, a very small amount of actual like E3 rewards for my TGN, but just from the multiplication, I was able to have a total impact of 0.48 ETH, even though I had like point oh oh something, you know. So I split it between Crypto Altruist, Revoke Cash, and Blue Energy Reef, and each of them will get like, 0.13 ETH or something from my small allocation. So if you have been active in Octant rounds and you do have locked GLM, I think it's maybe the last day to go get that, like basically allocated. And then I think there's, they probably do raffles and you might win something if you are active. But it had been long enough since I had gone into my Octant account that all my like badges and stuff had expired. So I had zero like humanity score. And I was like, oh crap, okay, well, I'll just refresh these. And like it took so many times of like trying to refresh, logging out, logging back in, refreshing, doing all this stuff. Because one of them is just like if you're like a Ethereum supporter, if you have a certain amount of NFTs, a certain amount of transactions, a certain amount of gas paid, all these different things add to your score. And I think just with that one, I would be over the like 15 that is the necessary score to be real and to interact. And like none of them were working. And I finally just like brute forced my way through basically. And my score is plenty above the minimum threshold of being, yeah, just I think my score is
Oh,
28.
do you mean the human passport?
Yeah, so
I had
your
the same issue. I had something
uniqueness.
similar.
Yeah, so and a lot of mine didn't. I was not able to get them to update. But I had enough of them work to where I have enough of my like unique human points. So I was able to
Yeah,
allocate.
yeah, I think that they had some points that
Issue.
they like didn't count anymore. Like they don't count that anymore as human score.
Yeah, they
So I
changed some too. Like there's some new ones, some old ones may have been taken away. But there's 20 plus different like ways that you can prove you're human. And I, they added, well, I think they've had Binance for a while, but I definitely saw a couple new ones, and maybe didn't see a couple old ones. But yeah, I highly recommend if anybody, has GLM locked on Octant, take the time tonight, go over there. You might have to refresh and disconnect and reconnect your wallet a few times to get it to all go through. Um, but it finally worked for me. And yeah, by having like $150 or something of locked GLM, that gave me like $3 worth of ETH. And then by giving that back, I was able to have it be almost half an Ethereum to support these great projects. So well worth the time.
yeah, I already don't have GLM stake. I had to use it some chapters in the past. Can't remember in which season, but it was a good ride and a long one, and something cool opened from that. I remember, uh, some music events we were able to do, and
Hmm.
some incentives we got from there. Actually, what I was able to hold was that they gave us, and bad thing that I had to like stop holding that because they are pioneers on what they are doing before with
Yeah.
Golem Foundation and now with Octant. Uh,
All I
and
know
pretty
is that I never bought $150 worth of GLM. So somehow over time, maybe I bought 20 bucks worth, and over, maybe six epochs or something, each epic, it's like given me a little bit of GLM for having been locked and those things. And then I just
yeah.
lock whatever I get as the reward. And so it's built up to like, yeah, like 700 GLM, whatever that is, 160 something bucks looks like.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, but I have been disconnected from them. They had the classical Kahoot type of thing that was a good game to recap on
Yeah.
certain like Ethereum fundamentals updates. Like I had a lot of time without actually checking it out, but I went to lose on the Kahoot games, and I was able to to have a thread where to pull from.
Yeah, yeah. We definitely need to. Oh, okay. Epic 10 closes in 14 hours, so that's what anybody has out there. We definitely should reconnect with them some and try and do an Octant Impact concert, maybe in the next Epoch, which I think they do Epics. They last like a month or two, so there'll be a couple of opportunities this year, I think, for us to do an Impact concert with them. And it
Yeah.
was always a good one. They're a great crew, a very strong Ethereum use case for public goods and social impact.
Yeah, actually, the more soon we can lock dates, and I mean like the Trillion Impact concerts we can do in the future, and maybe this Octant, like the more we are able to pre-book even the concerts, maybe we
Yeah,
can get them. Maybe we can get them to book their stuff the same time we have the Impact concerts pre-scheduled. Um, like I'm visualizing we do the concerts, and then the Give It guys, they know in advance 1 month before we are having that date, and they can sync up if they have a quadratic funding
that would be
initiative,
awesome.
and then
Yeah.
it's not coming out of nowhere. I think that is the only way we can actually like surf the wave if the people
Last year,
pre-program thanks of us.
yeah, last year it was like they would have it unannounced. They'd be like, the dates are unannounced, but we have an epic coming up. And they wouldn't announce when the start date or end date was till like a week before. And so we'd have literally 1 week to plan the whole impact concert for Giveth or Octant or any of these types of projects, which was tricky. We did it quite well, but it'd be better for us to be like, look, here's a schedule. If you can have a round during any of these dates or that includes that spans across that date, then we can promote your quadratic round during our concerts. Another thing, just since we're talking about scheduling, we had your Berserker for next week, but he's been driving like all over Germany, crazy schedule. He asked me, I think it was maybe yesterday, if we could postpone his show just because
Okay.
he's gonna still be on the road and he's kind of got a wacky schedule these days. And I said, of course, no problem. That means next week is open. I'll reach out to maybe a couple people. Maybe we can pull somebody forward if we're not just booking someone new for next week.
I,
But
I'm thinking on maybe Base Junkie from Fireside, and maybe we can check and sync and see which project might be cool to have maybe before East Denver, or
yeah,
they are launching something we want to check on.
that sounds good. Definitely hit up Base Junkie. If he can't make it for some reason, I could maybe ask let's see, who do we have soft booked? I don't have my calendar, the calendar in front of me. I'm looking for it. Um, oh, we had what's the darn name of that metaverse that I was trying to get
Oh, you
going
have
here.
mentioned. Yeah.
Um, yeah, actually, I can check right here. Oh yeah, Russ Frankie's Hubs. So Russ
Mm-hmm.
Frankie wants to come on and talk about Hubs. He could be possibly moved forward. Otherwise, yeah, let me know if you get in touch with the Fireside Base Junkie, and if not, I can hit up Russ Frankie and have him come demo what's going down with Hubs these days.
Yeah. Maybe something I want to share to the sauce. I have been working on some storytelling. I have been writing this science fiction story, um, and I introduced the story today, and it got approved. So now
Nice.
I have to keep going. Yeah, it was actually
Yeah,
mind blowing. Yeah, I wish I can share some. Hopefully soon, I will be able to. But
cool.
between the research I was doing, which went crazy, like I started, this is the story I want to make, and then, oh, I need actual research, and then I started entangling like the structure of a universe, and something key into this universe was this concept. This is on Spanish, but it's by a linguist from Mexico that talks about techiology. And techiology, as she means it, let me go and read it so I don't put my own words. This is mm, okay. Huh. It Let me see. It's actually pretty big stuff, but it's about the techno. I'm going to try to read the top things. So it says the division between human and nature that we have basically disconnect it, like the fractal nature relationship of symbiosis, and then she talks about these different communities around the world who their systems of designing of technology was aligned to nature in a way that they created sustainable technology. So they talk about the difference between technology, between technology, and they talk about the technology and the current climate crisis and how thinking from technology can help us to beat that. And then the technological principles of the indigenous people. And then they say that this word tequio comes from Nahuatl, that means work, but that in Spanish it doesn't mean that anymore. So it's to be able to have a relationship with technology that is not only to solve a need, but also the how, the why, and I guess the what. It's aligned to sustainability, and that is about thinking on architecture or thinking in design and in local terms, and talk about techno diversity as one concept that can actually help us thrive as a creator species.
Interesting. It brought into my mind tachyons, which are faster than light particles. So, it's been used in science fiction, but also it is like, an idea in physics that there are hypothetical particles that would travel faster than light. So that would then, allow communication across like vast distances. Like if humans ever spread throughout the galaxy, they could maybe use tachyons if they actually exist. to communicate like instantly across massive distances.
Tachyons. I'm going to Google about it.
Yeah, yeah.
Hypothetical faster than light particles.
Hmm. So there's some kind of like addition to the fractal there.
Yeah, it says that it could allow sending signals into the past,
Oh
and
dang.
there was something interesting that I saw recently that was they did an experiment with a mirror, and they used certain type of light, and then the light got projected into the mirror and you know projected towards it, but certain part of the light trespassed the mirror, but then the property of the light after trespassing the mirror changed, and
Hmm,
then it was like that light through the mirror was like reverse time.
interesting.
I wasn't able to quite I just grasped on it, but it
Yeah,
catches
I
my
I love
attention.
I love those kind of experiments. Yeah, like that is really hard to understand, and maybe like sometimes even the experimenters are like, oh, we don't know why it did this, but it did this really odd thing. And then that can lead to, more trains of thought, more experiments, and new understandings or technologies and stuff like that.
Yeah, Jama says, wait till she hears about how much energy and water for cooling the eye is used, and
Oh my God.
es- especially these people, the root of their work is about that. So what basically the question or the call to action is how the people on accelerationism, futurology, and this techno, fast pacing wave can actually integrate the knowledge from the South Globe that have been improving by listening to the indigenous communities and finding that fractal nature. So it will be looking at the picture and looking for sustainable games rather than infinite games, which is the type of approach that they have to pursue like this level of speed for the technology.
Yeah, if AI um data centers will pretty much be the end of like humanity if we don't get them like off planet and into space, which is a big subject of talk. And there's like a lot of or at least a few of the big companies are like trying to figure out how to do that, because then you need no cooling and you need no electricity, because you could just be harvesting sunlight continually. If you're high enough up, you're out of the Earth's shadow at all times. So if they don't figure that out, it's going to use up too much water and resources, and people will suffer incredibly. Hopefully, they get that shit worked out quick.
Quantum entanglement. I
Yeah,
do
that's
think
another
so.
great one.
Yeah, like the resonance, and then the idea that we are like forever like transformed after interacting with each other, and that maybe a channel that we have for telepathy. Yeah, resonance is the word. It's beautiful. Resonance is a huge word. Resonance is having goosebumps when somebody says something that you were aligned to. It's like the body responds to something that is energetical, to say something energetical as a wave, to try to put it into words, and we feel that and we find that coherence even like, and in order to find that coherence, like the practice might be to connect with the body. And I went to an Afro indigenous dance on Sunday yesterday. Vanessa invited me. It
Cool.
was all about connecting with the body. In Venezuela, we have uh, hundreds, if not thousands, I don't know, I would say hundreds of musical genres, and a big amount of them comes from Africa, from
Mm-hmm.
the like the roots of all the slaves that came, and they situated in the coast. So all the coast area of Venezuela, they have different drums dance, and the change depends on the local materials to do the drums, and also the root that they brought from their homeland. And then they were able to adapt the root to the local tools and materials they have. So the ones who live in the coast were able to use some metal from the exportations back then. But the slaves that went inside rural Venezuela did their drums with fiber of plants and
Mm-hmm.
cassava and cassave. Do you know cassava? They use the cassava edge of a big cassava wheel, and it became like strong, and that was like the circle of the drum.
Pretty awesome. Yeah, so many different types of drums. If you just went across like the whole globe and were able to get a drum from each little society or tribe or culture, you'd have a massive collection.
If we work that out, I like to send a message back to myself in time: buy a whole Bitcoin till 2025.
Yeah, exactly. Don't sell any of those satoshis.
I just found a Costa Rica EDM festival called Ocaso.
Oh, interesting. I haven't heard of Ocaso. There's a big yearly festival down in the southern area where I'm at. That actually I helped out the first couple of years when it was tiny still, with a friend of mine who was basically the founder. What the heck do they call that? um, Envision Festival. I actually helped out the first couple of years when it was still just on a little soccer field in Dominicao before it moved to like a giant uh, kind of farm where they had, multiple stages and people camping there for days and all that kind of stuff. No, not Eurovision.
What about
um,
a song?
yeah, I was about to say, how about a song?
Let me go grab the guitar quickly. It's on the suitcase from yesterday.
All right, I'll go back over to the chat. Nice. Well, this was a fun little Monday night. And I'm glad Felons at least got to join and give us a little update.
I'm going to play just one because yesterday that I played in the Afro Indigenous dance, I played some
Mm-hmm.
music,
Nice.
and I had. Do you remember I got the burn, and
Oh,
I don't know, but I had really big pain in what we call the Carpathian tunnel, maybe.
yeah, dang.
I had something really weird yesterday that I had never suffered from anything,
Were
thank to God. And
were you playing like really like kind of fast and hard or something? Maybe a little different?
yes,
Yeah,
yeah, I started with El Lugar, and I usually end with that song, and I extended it so because we were jamming and there was people playing instruments,
yeah,
so I
yeah.
extended for 10 minutes or 20,
Dang,
and I
that's
got kind of fucked up. Yeah.
with like no warm up. Yeah, dang. Yeah, just
No
play
warm up.
one and we'll call it a night. This was a good session on the corner. I was just saying, really glad that Felons did get to jump in for a little while and we got to catch up with him and say goodbye to
Yeah.
the train.
Yeah, Jama is saying he has a guitar right there. Like, why he doesn't pick up that? And it has that is a guitar that a neighbor gave to us, but it's kind of broken, so we want to repair it. It doesn't have the best sound, although it sounds pretty beautiful, but it has something weird that makes it not enjoyable at the end. Like I can play these first frets, and then here it sounds odd. So I'm using my classical guitar, 15 years with me. You can see it here. in this stuff, and it has new strings. But also I have a guitar right here that it doesn't have the strings that I actually want to put. This is a cool guitar. Actually, it's a Tatai, which is the classical ones, and it's in a good state. But I need to repair the where the strings goes at the top. Can't remember the name on English.
My
And
Discord is acting weird because I didn't see you on camera like the whole night. I just thought
huh.
you were saving bandwidth, but
Oh,
that's
I'm going
interesting.
to stop the camera. I had the camera on, but maybe my end because I had some internet issues. So
No, no,
now,
because Llama was obviously seeing. He's like, "Hey, I see the guitar right there," and then I'm like, "Oh, does Jose have his camera on?" Like, my internet's been a little weird tonight too, and my Discord started off really funky.
okay, no, I open again the camera. Yeah, the two guitars needs repair, and something amazing happened. Easy, my mom had a guitar. Like looks like I was collecting guitars for the community, and there one of the guitars like stood in my house. I just forgot about it. Like we don't know how it happened. Maybe somebody brought it to me and I just put it in my mom's house and I never went
Cool.
again and then I forgot. And she told me like, "Hey, you have here an electroacoustic guitar." And I was like,
Nice.
"What? What? That's not possible because I don't have one." And
Yeah.
she was like, "Yeah, you have. It's here." And she sends me a picture, and it's a normal guitar, like it's similar to this one, but it has a professional microphone right here, and it's kind of broken. Like the place where where you plug the guitar, it's
Yeah.
not there. It's not there. So I need to repair it, but it must be cheaper than buying a guitar. And
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know. I don't know if you remember on Newport Beach when I performed at Jats. It was kind of a head pain for. Um, I can't remember her name now. Uh,
Golden.
yeah, yeah, Golden. It was quite kind of head pain to deal with a nylon guitar
Yeah.
in the old school way. So
Yeah.
that might open opportunities for me. Even here, there are spaces that they don't have the best audio, but they might have a tiny speaker where I can plug the guitar. So I'm looking forward to jump into that. And
Cool. Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, if it's just the jack, if it just needs the input and it has the pickups or a little mic, then yeah, that seems like a great project for the future.
a veces me aferro tanto a los momentos que cuando se acaban me causan dolor. Y ese es mi karma de tanto soñar. Que el tiempo todo lo cambia. Es transformación. Que el tiempo es una distancia que cambia la percepción. Tu frío quítamelo. No me des nada. La eterna madrugada nos mira en un rincón. Bailaba sin distracción la canción de la muerte. Nuestro código inherente también se hizo canción. Tanto talento que tiene tienen tus ojos tardíos. Muero de risa con todos tus juegos mentales. El argumento más denso ahora es la brisa de tus valores tan tiernos y tan naturales. Canto y conecto los puntos a tiempo con rimas, y tú no sabes de dónde van mis disparates, que manifiesto seguido en los medios días, que dan color de mi esencia a tus realidades. Y a veces despierto en plena madrugada, como pidiendo a gritos un color, una tonalidad más clara, que luces también color, y notas musicales o signos zodiacales. El arte es un motor, tu frío quítamelo, no me traes nada. La eterna madrugada nos mira en un rincón, bailaba sin distracción la canción de la muerte. Nuestro código inherente también se hizo canción. Tanto talento que tienen tus ojos tardíos. Muero de risa con todos tus juegos mentales. El argumento más denso ahora es la brisa de tus valores tan tiernos y tan siderales. Canto y conecto los puntos a tiempo con rimas, y tú no sabes de dónde van mis disparates, que manifiesto seguido en los medios días, que dan color de mi esencia a tus realidades.
Woo! Awesome. Thanks to Llama and Subgeode and Trizlet and Drago and our faithful TS bot. And it was great to have Felons come back and reunite the three amigos of the corner, even if he had to jump to go with the movers to the new spot. Sounds like he's got really cool stuff going on. I hope that they wind up just like, getting him up to East Denver, and that I can lock in a place to stay and get to hang out a little bit IRL. That'd be super fun. Yeah, happy Monday. Stay away from FOMO and hodl the vibe.
Yes, it was a cool show. Short with Felons, but we nailed it to extend it to the hour with some updates. See you on the IPAD concert if you can attend. See you there.
Yes.
Easy's gonna be hosting with Jimmy. I'm gonna be taking care of the musicians and the back end and doing music, and it's gonna be fun. It's
Absolutely.
the monthly Earth Day. I think we are, channeling attention into where it has to be put, and we can open those spaces for communication. Also, on Wednesday, I'm going to go to Ashley Givet Space, and I'm going to curate with her Givet projects so people can donate.
Oh,
we can promote
awesome.
that. We can
Yeah.
promote that. So we can do it, and I think it's cool. And maybe we can get some Givet projects attending, and that might be cool also for them to, share the word in the comments. We can encourage them to share their projects on the comments and bring a good vibe.
Yeah, shoot me any links to that, and I'd love to attend. And yeah, just stoked to see everybody that came, and we will see you around in these virtual streets.
Yes. See you on the 22.
Woohoo!
Bye, guys.
Peace out.